Hi, welcome back. And as you know, I'm Tammy Cabell. I am creator of the Six Figure Pro online coaching program, and I'm also founder of the executive career firm Career Resume Consulting. And today's video is probably one of the most important, if not the most important video of this entire series. And so I want you to take notes. Set yourself up for success in this video because it's a little bit longer, but it does go into step by step what the plan is in order to get your next six-figure job in a matter of weeks instead of months, and then also get a job that excites you, that energizes you, and you're really happy to get up in the morning and go to work. Can't stand weekends, you love Mondays, right? All right, so take notes. What I would recommend is that you turn off your phone, you turn off your email, you sit here with notes, and you listen to what I have to say because there's a lot of meat in this particular video. And basically, I believe it's 6 steps that you need to take, and I'll show you what order you need to take them in. And I can tell you that using these techniques, this plan is the secret to what my success has been with our clients. And I've really systemized this process down to a science and of course an art, and I can tell you that it consistently works, and so I want you to take notes and put this stuff into action. All right, so here you go. Without further ado, here's the information, here's the plan, what you need in order to win your next six-figure job. All right, thanks. Now let's get into the step-by-step things that you have to have in order to win the job. So those things were skills, really soft skills that you have to have, and then these are the step-by-step pieces of what you've got to have in order to, this is the how, right? The other is the what, this is the how. So the first thing that you need to have is a rock star resume. This is your marketing piece. This is the crux of everything because it gets you your first phone call, right? If you don't have a rock star resume, you're not going to get noticed. And by rock star, I just mean it's got quantifiable achievements. It's very clear in what your unique selling proposition is and your value proposition to an employer. It is a marketing document, and it's designed specifically to get you that first phone call. A resume is not designed to get you a job. It is there to give you your first phone call, or many phone calls actually. So the first thing you need is a great resume. If you don't have a resume, you're dead in the water. The second thing you need to have is a robust LinkedIn profile. That's really important. Now, let me give you a tip on how to get a robust LinkedIn profile. What you can do is, first of all, we talked about clarity, about how you have to be clear in what you want to do next. So once you figure out what you want to do when you grow up, what you can do is go to that advanced people search in LinkedIn that I talked about, and you can actually put in keywords what you're wanting to do. Not in the job title, but in the keywords. Now you can look in job title if you want to, but you get more expansive search results if you put it in keywords in the advanced people search on LinkedIn. So if you're on LinkedIn, advanced people search, put in the job title of what you're looking for and see who comes up. So you're going to have your first level connections, your second level connections, your third level connections, and then you're going to have strangers. So I want you to look at the profiles of the strangers that come up at the top of the list, because those strangers are also coming up at the top of the list of recruiters and employers that are looking for people on LinkedIn. Now, the latest stats that I have on LinkedIn is back from 2011, and that was 19% of employers and recruiters use LinkedIn to find their people, their next people exclusively. So this is really important. I probably would guesstimate that LinkedIn is now 25% of what employers and recruiters
use to find their next hires. And so if you go out and look at who's rising to the top, who's the cream of the crop on LinkedIn profiles, take a look at their profile, see what they say, look at the keywords that they have, and then take the stuff that fits you and put it in your profile. So yeah, you're kind of swiping somebody else's, but you're swiping the keywords that are coming up front, coming up top to that search for an operations leader or a sales manager or a marketing professional. So you're looking at the best LinkedIn profiles and copying those things that apply to you. If it doesn't apply to you, don't put it down. But you can use the words that are getting the LinkedIn searches to come up, okay? So let's go to number 3. We talked about this before. It's finding the right people in the right companies. You have to be able to know how to find the right people and how to find the right companies, the lists of companies that meet your search criteria, and also the people. So that's probably where you're going to spend most of your time in your job search, is finding the right people with the right companies and sending your resume to them. Networking effectively to expand your reach. That's number 4. So you have to be able to network, you have to be able to reach out to people that you don't know in a way that doesn't feel weird or doesn't make them suspicious. You have to be able to use your existing network most effectively, and you have to be able to reach out to centers of influence. Those are people who know a lot of people. Now, those could be bloggers in your area. Usually they're around the location that you want to get into. So for instance, if you want to change locations, if you're somewhere else and you want to move to a certain city, let's say you're in Kansas City, you want to move to Chicago. What you're going to be doing is looking in Chicago for bloggers, perhaps, in the industry that you're wanting to get into, and then find those bloggers, contact them. Usually bloggers or people who publish things are very likely to talk with you at length about what they know. And so you can get the scoop on the industry, you can get the scoop on job seeking, whatever it is that you need to do, you can find it through job club leaders or like professional industry association leaders. Those are centers of influence, or just people that know a lot of professional people. And that could be bankers, your dentist, your doctor, your tax preparer. Those people know a lot of professional people. So you probably know a lot of centers of influence already. You just need to reach out to them and let them know what you're looking for. Okay? All right, interview like an expert. That's number 5. You have to be able to interview like an expert. Here's what I found. Last year and a half, 2 years, when I brand someone as an expert with a certain amount of expertise in something, and everybody is an expert in something, and the definition of expert is that you know more than the person sitting across from you. And so if you know more than the average bear about sales process, then you can be a sales process expert, or at least have sales process expertise. But people who have expertise, people who are considered experts, even if they're self-proclaimed experts, get hired quicker and they get a higher pay in their initial offering, and it's easier to negotiate because people will pay more for experts. So if you interview like an expert, then you're actually going to win the job faster, and you're going to get paid more. All right, number 6 is the final step in looking for a position, and that is negotiating the best package for you. Now, what does that mean? It means if you really want a lot of vacation, vacation is the easiest thing to negotiate. You don't have to negotiate base salary, it can be vacation. But you could also negotiate a signing bonus. That's actually more popular now than it was 5 years ago. And usually it's because signing bonuses come out of a different budget than annual compensation. And they're more likely to give you a signing bonus than they are to raise your annual compensation. One of the tricks that I found to be very successful in job seeking, especially six-figure job seeking, is to ask for a signing bonus, a one-time signing bonus. Let's say it's $5,000. Let's say it's $10,000. This actually is pretty common. So a one-time signing bonus, but you always use percentages, you don't use dollar amounts. So you say, I'd like an 11% bonus, a signing bonus. Would you consider 11% signing bonus? And then you say, what if we were to make some performance targets for the first 12 months? And if I reach those performance targets, and you can figure out what those are, and actually you can figure them out 90 days after you start. But if you've got performance bonuses that are tied to what how you can affect the bottom line of that company, if you're able to affect the bottom line of the company in the way that you think that you'll be able to, you can make that signing bonus be part of the annual compensation starting that next year. So really, if it's putting the proof on you, because you've got to be able to perform, but what it allows you to do is get maybe a one-time signing bonus of $10,000 and then add that $10,000 to your annual compensation if you make those performance targets. So that's just one technique that you can do when negotiating your performance. So if you like what you see here, if you like these 6 steps, I've got some continuing education that I'm putting together, and that's that Six-Figure Pro training, and it's an online coaching program that dives very deep into each of these subjects.
I know that was a lot of information, and I really appreciate you sticking with me and writing all of those notes that you just took. Right? You weren't taking notes, right? And I appreciate that you've gone through this series with me, and I hope that it has really changed up your search, or at least changed your mindset as to how to search for a position. I know that so many people that I talk with are so very lost when it comes to how to search for a six-figure job, or really any professional position. And they're doing the same thing that they've done for months and months and expecting a different result. And we all know that's the definition of insanity. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about the 6-week program that goes into the 6 different elements that I just covered with you, but goes into it, walks your hand through everything, and gives you a tremendous amount of information and guidance and support and coaching that will allow you to get that 6-figure job in a matter of weeks. So stay tuned for tomorrow's email. You'll get a lot more information about that program. And if you want to know about any of our services, we do have like I said in another video, we've got services that range from under $1,000 to over $10,000. You might be somewhere in between. But I would be very happy to have a conversation with you to find out if we are the best resource for you, and to see if we're a good fit to working together. So feel free to call my office at 816-600-2478, or email me by replying to any of the emails I've sent. They do come straight to me. Or you can email me directly at tammy@beyondjobsearching.com. And I can't wait to share this information with you tomorrow. You're going to really get a good flavor of what this online coaching program is about. So until then, have a really wonderful day, a very productive day, and I hope this information has really helped you turn around your search. And keep in mind too, if you haven't gone out to my website, careerresumeconsulting.com, we have a tremendous amount of free resources there. So really this video series really scratches the surface of the free resources that I can give you from our website, careerresumeconsulting.com. And so please feel free to go through that. There's a whole list of free resources that you can use that range anywhere from how to do informational interviews to expand your network, to how to negotiate compensation, to how to interview like a rock star. We've got tons of audio that you can listen to. There's a lot there. And so please feel free to go to careerresumeconsulting.com to find out more about my business, but then also to get more free resources. There's even samples of resumes that we've done so you can see what our resumes look like. Until then, I will talk with you tomorrow. I'm very excited about sharing this information with you tomorrow. Until then, have a really great day, very productive day, and I hope you're working on your search and that it's your first priority, because once you make it your first priority, things happen fast. They really do. So think about that, and we'll talk tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Bye now.